The message came through at 10:17 p.m. I miss you already. You're the best thing in my life. Can't wait to fall asleep in your arms again. Matthew smiled when he read it. He was sitting at the kitchen table, nursing a lukewarm cup of coffee after a long day at work. His wife Claire was supposedly at a girls' night, something she did once every few weeks. He'd never questioned it before. Why would he? They'd been married 6 years, and she'd never given him a reason to doubt her. Until tonight. Because as Matthew reread that text, his phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't from Claire. It was from his buddy Jordan, who worked part-time as a bartender. Bro, not sure if this is weird to tell you, but Claire just walked in here with some guy. They're really close. Thought you should know. Matthew's stomach turned to stone. He stared at the words, his heart pounding in his ears. The sweet message Claire had sent, professing her love and longing, was still glowing on his screen. At the very same time, she was with another man. For a long moment he just sat there paralyzed. The kitchen clock ticked, each second stretching out like a cruel reminder that his life might have just cracked in two. Matthew's hands trembled as he typed back. What guy? Are you sure? Jordan's reply came quickly. Tall, dark hair, wearing a leather jacket. She's sitting way too close to him. I didn't want to believe it either, man. The coffee in Matthew's mug tasted bitter as bile when he tried to swallow. He stood, pacing the kitchen, gripping his phone so tightly his knuckles went white. Should he go there? Should he wait? Confront her? Instead, he sat back down and forced himself to think. He needed proof. His gut screamed it was true, but part of him prayed Jordan had misunderstood, that Claire's laugh and smile could be read the wrong way. But then another message buzzed. They just left together. Matthew's chest collapsed inward. He didn't sleep that night. Instead, he stayed up in the darkened living room, waiting for Claire to come home. When she finally stumbled in after midnight, she wore the same dress she'd left in, but her hair was messy, her lipstick smudged. She smelled faintly of cologne that wasn't his. Hey, she said lightly, dropping her purse on the couch as if nothing was wrong. You're still up. Matthew studied her, his face unreadable. Yeah. Just couldn't sleep. Claire smiled, walked over and kissed his cheek. Well, I missed you. I even sent you a text, didn't I? The words made him flinch. He wanted to scream. He wanted to demand answers. But instead he just nodded, his chest burning with silent rage. Yeah, you did. She didn't notice the way his voice cracked. The next few days were torture. Every time Claire picked up her phone, Matthew wondered who she was texting. Every time she left the house, he wondered who she was really with. He started checking her phone when she showered. At first there was nothing incriminating, deleted messages maybe, but no clear proof. Until one evening he dug deeper, opening a hidden folder in her photo gallery. His world shattered. Photos. Selfies of Claire, half-dressed, smiling into the camera. Screenshots of messages. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. He doesn't suspect a thing. The name attached, Eric. Matthew's throat closed. His wife hadn't just slipped up in a weak moment. She was having a full-blown affair. He sat on the edge of the bed, shaking, phone still in his hands. That sweet text she'd sent, the one that made him smile while he sat alone in the kitchen, had been sent while she was literally in bed with someone else. The betrayal was complete. That night, when Claire came home, Matthew was waiting. He couldn't hold it in anymore. Who's Eric? He asked, his voice flat, deadly calm. Claire froze, keys still in her hand. Her eyes darted, searching for an escape. What? I asked you, Matthew repeated, rising to his feet. Who is Eric? Her mouth opened and closed, a faint stutter escaping before she whispered. He's just a friend. Matthew threw the phone onto the couch. The pictures, the messages, all visible on the unlocked screen. Claire's face drained of color. I trusted you, Matthew said, his voice breaking. I trusted you with everything I am. And while I was sitting here thinking you missed me, you were. His voice cracked, rage choking him. You were in his bed. Tears welled in Claire's eyes. It wasn't supposed to mean anything. Matt, please, I still love you. I swear I do. Matthew laughed, a hollow, broken sound. Love me. You love me. While you're screwing someone else. She reached for him, but he stepped back. You don't get to touch me, he spat. Not after this. The next weeks were a blur of arguments, tears, and icy silence. Claire begged for forgiveness, swore she would end it with Eric, swore it had been a mistake. But the images burned in Matthew's mind. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was emotional. She had mocked his trust, his loyalty, his love. Friends and family got wind of it. Some urged him to try counseling. Others told him to leave. But only Matthew could make the choice, and every night he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, torn between rage and grief. One evening, Claire came into the living room, her eyes red from crying. She sank to her knees in front of him. Matt, please. I'll do anything. Therapy, full honesty, whatever it takes. Don't throw this away. He looked down at her, his heart aching with the weight of what they'd been, of the life they'd built, the memories they shared. But then he remembered that text, that cruel, sweet lie. The knife in his back delivered with a smiley face and a heart emoji. I didn't throw it away, he whispered. You did. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. Claire tried to fight it at first, then relented, knowing she had no ground to stand on. She moved out, leaving behind boxes of things Matthew couldn't even look at without feeling sick. And yet, despite the anger, despite the betrayal, what surprised him most was the silence that followed. No more arguments, no more lies. Just emptiness. One night, alone in his half-empty house, Matthew sat on the couch and opened his phone. The text was still there, saved in his messages. I miss you already. You're the best thing in my life. Can't wait to fall asleep in your arms again. He stared at it for a long time. Then he deleted it. It didn't erase the pain, but it was a start.